Did you ever wish you had brakes for your skis to slow you down when you had to go down a big hill? Well, I'm going to show you how to make some right here.
This is Mike with another great ski tip for you. I just told you how to use old bicycle inner tubes to make these rubber bands that hold your skis and your poles together. Here's another great use of these inner tube rubber bands. So you get to where you're going to go skiing, and of course you take off your inner tube rubber band, put it in your pocket. Maybe you got a couple extra because you brought them in case you lose them or want to give some to your friends, and you go skiing. You're skiing maybe an esker, a glacially formed hill, and you're on the top of the hill looking down, and it's steep and it's long, and the snow's deep, and it's scary, and you really don't want to go do it because you're nervous, but at the same time, you don't want to take your skis off and walk because the snow's deep, it's far. If only you could go down slowly. Well, here's what you do. You take out your inner tube rubber band and you put it on your ski, and you can put it down by the binding because it's going to wind up there anyway. If you have a couple extra of those inner tube rubber bands, you can put those on as well. It doesn't do you any good to put them on behind the binding because the snow is going to peel them off. So you're going to put them always in front of the binding. 1, 2, 3, maybe of the rubber bands, put them on both skis, and then the rubber bands, those inner tube bands, will arrest your descent, and you can go down the hill slowly and not as scary. Isn't that nice? Another great tip from your friend Mike. Okay, so we know that we can use these inner tube bands for brakes. Now here's another great thing you can do. Now you got to go uphill, or maybe you're with somebody that's going uphill. They're not really good on skis, but they can't make it. They don't know how to herringbone, can't go sideways. Maybe the snow's packed, don't want to take your skis off because their boots are going to be slippery anyway. Watch this. Behind the binding, that means on the back side, you can take your rubber bands or your inner tubes, put them on, and maybe more than one. The more the better for this kind of stuff, actually. One will kind of get you there, 2 or 3 is even better. But you've got a bunch of them because you cut them from your inner tube. You got a ton of them. And then you put them behind the binding, and now you can walk up the hill a lot easier. Eventually, I can tell you that this rubber band's going to slide up against that binding. No big deal. It gets you where you need to go. Here we have 2 different types of bicycle tires. This is from a mountain bike tire, probably 2 1/4 inches, and this is a road bicycle inner tube, probably 1 1/4, I believe. So all I do is I just take a scissors and I cut them like this, and I think that's about the right thickness for what I use them for. You can cut them thicker if you need. And then this, of course, this is going to be, I'm going to use these small ones for my poles, and I'm going to use these bigger ones for my skis. You can cut a bunch of these, put them in your ski pocket, and then when you're out with friends, you'll have a bunch to share.